Alrighty, welcome to our How to Take Control of Your Online Reputation and Drive More Sales webinar. Um, we are excited to spend a little bit of time with you today. We've had a lot of people register for this webinar, so as you jump in and you log on, just drop in the chat where you're logging on from. We'll give it a few more minutes to see the numbers coming up now. Hey, Barbara, Jody, Peter, Newcastle. We've got some people from New Zealand. Awesome. Welcome, Tim. Welcome, Fiona. Welcome, Adam. Yes. Lisa from, yeah, Geelong. Awesome. Some New South Wales people in the house. I'm on the Gold Coast, so in New South Wales. Welcome. Fantastic. Welcome, Peter from Sydney. Fantastic. All right, we'll just give it another 30 seconds and we'll get going. Make sure you can all hear me. You can, which is awesome. Thanks for joining us today. All right, 30 more seconds. We got some people from Western Australia. Awesome. Perth will be there in the next few weeks. All right, let's get started. Well, welcome. Thanks for joining us. My name's Bryan Marsh, and this webinar is how to take control of your online reputation and drive more sales. Let's get this thing started. So, these webinars or the topics of these webinars form part of a bigger overall strategy that we deliver. It's what we call our Boost Direct strategy or our Boost Direct Accelerator strategy. You may have seen when you're registering that there is the opportunity to have a strategy session with us where we actually look at all of these parts of your overall direct or digital marketing. So monthly, we pick out one of these topics and we dive a little bit deeper into it. But overall, it forms part of what we like to do, like what we ideally like to provide is like a turnkey digital marketing solution. And so what that looks like is that usually we take over the digital marketing of a property, and that could either be on a fee-for-service model or a pay-on-performance model. So we've got multiple different ways of delivering that service, but it starts with a content strategy. Content, as you heard, these days is king. What that looks like for us is we do a lot of research on where you're positioning, where your competitors are positioning, what keywords you're ranking for, or what keywords you should be ranking for in that area. So when we start a strategy, we dive into looking to see how we're going to get the most traffic for your property in that area, in that local search, in that area that you're located in. And so that forms the basis of all the content creation strategy. And that content creation strategy obviously starts with the website design, but then it rolls out into the ongoing marketing, so the SEO and the local search, and also the social media strategy. So the content strategy is kind of like the foundation of our Boost Direct, our digital marketing solution. And then from there, we roll into design. And, our website's a custom design. So we spend a fair bit of time on design because we want to make sure it's representing the property properly and it's converting. So conversion is a big thing for us. So you'll see that with our websites, with call to actions and booking links and the ability to call and email and, register for email newsletters or VIP newsletters are really important to us. So that all comes back into the design and then the development. And then we move into SEO. SEO is a big part of optimizing the site, but then also the ongoing marketing of the website. Local search is a big part of that too, making sure you're maximizing local search, making sure that you're ranking in that local area. And reputation has a big part of that, which we're going to talk a bit about today. So we also, social media marketing is a big thing for us. We develop in that content strategy a 6 to 12 month content marketing strategy. And in that strategy, we look at social media and we look at which platforms we're going to be using, typically Facebook and Instagram. And we come up with a strategy around that. Pay-per-click advertising is important. We drive a lot of traffic to the website with that. So that's definitely a part of the overall strategy, and reputation management, which is what we are talking about today. And there are other things that are coming into that. Obviously, email marketing is one of those things that comes into that forms a part of, our ongoing marketing that we provide to our clients. So that's the overall digital marketing strategy. As I said, these webinars just form one part of it. And, monthly we have different topics that, that we pull out of that strategy and, spend more time on. So just some housekeeping rules. This is your opportunity to work on your business. Now, you're either here live with us, or you might be watching the replay at some stage. But can I suggest that you try to avoid the distractions as much as possible and just really step back and look at your business from that kind of helicopter view of where you're at now and how you can improve reputation, your online reputation. What do you need to put in place to do that? And whatever that topic is. But this is 30 to 45 minutes, I would suggest that we're going to be spending together. And just turning your phone off, turning it on silent, putting it in another room, or picking this webinar, the replay of this webinar up at night, where you can actually just, be focused on, on the content of this webinar. Turn off Facebook. It's, if you're a short-term accommodation provider, then you're serious about boosting your direct bookings and enhancing your online reputation. The next 45 to 60 minutes could transform your business. So let's get going. What will we cover today? 1, why you can have all the best tools in the world for generating online reviews, but still fall or fail consistently at driving 5-star reviews. 2, how to tap into the power of multi-channel communication, email, SMS, physical, to increase your review account. That's a big thing about meeting the guests where they're at. 3, online reviews are a team sport, and how to succeed. You need to get the entire team on board and bake a focus on reviews and reputation management into your team culture. Number 4, why you must acknowledge and respond to all your reviews, the good, the bad, the indifferent. Number 5, why partnering with a professional ensures unbiased, objective review and management. And then number 6, how to have all of this taken care for you, completely turnkey, so you can focus on your business and let your reputation speak for yourself. So at the end of this, we will talk about what we provide for other clients. And, there may be opportunity to work with you. You may go through this and go, okay, there's a lot here, and it's feasible to hand this over to somebody else. Who am I? Well, I started this business 25 years ago. Or close to 25 years ago. I was at university studying IT, and I started a website design business with a school friend of mine. And it was a different business name, and we were just focused on any industry. And then within the first year, we started working for prominent property developers that were building hotels and resorts. And some of them were maintaining the management rights, some of them were selling them on. But we found that, being on the Gold Coast, that we started working in one of the biggest industries on the Gold Coast, which is the tourism industry. And that led us to work with clients like Versace and manage and build and really kind of be a part of taking them international, the Versace brand. we then moved in on and did not moved on, but we also started doing work for another key brand, SeaWorld Resort, SeaWorld on the Gold Coast. At that time, we did a joint venture with them and built an online reservation system, which this is, way back before uh, online reservations were the norm. And we retained that IP in that joint venture. We were handling all their digital marketing. Really at that time, website, this is before social media, websites and search engine marketing, email marketing. And then we built an online reservation system, which, we still have today. But it was through a joint venture with them that we retained the IP and then took it to market. A long time ago. And then we started doing work for independent properties. And one of those independent property just became a chain, and it was S8 back then. And they had 20 plus properties. And Chris Scott introduced us to performance-based strategies. So we were typically fee for service, and then he put an offer on the table that we would become performance-based and, handle all the online marketing. They also used their online reservation system. So we kind of brought all that technology and marketing together in return for being performance-based. And the benefit of that to us, which they introduced us to, was that we had the ability to work more and get a bigger return on our investment. So we kind of became results focused instead of just, working for time. We do work both ways, and we have lots of clients that work both ways. So the performance base, we like to think of it as, we eat when you eat, and that's when bums are on beds. And he really introduced us to that. And, they then, led on to being kind of forming, mantra and that. So we've had a very exciting ride. Our focus today is more independent and smaller hotel groups of hotels. For me, I love marketing. I love technology. I think one of my greatest strengths is being able to take technology and implement it into a business to help a business. And I've been doing this for 25 years, and I've spoken on stages with 9,000 people where I'm talking about, sales and marketing and funnels and things like that. So I love it. Some of the clients we have worked with in the past. A lot of these we still work with, some key brands there. So we work with franchise groups and brands, but we also work with, independents, which is really a lot of independents are our core focus. And, they're of all sizes, because we've got a few, lots of different strategies. Why? Why are you here? Why are you watching this webinar? I always like to start with why. Is Obviously you want to grow your business. Obviously there's parts of your business that that you want to improve on. And I think getting clear on why you're going to spend an hour watching this webinar, why you are doing anything is really important, and starts with why. So for me, why am I here? Because I have a goal to help 200 more hotels and resorts in the next 12 months. And what does that look like? Our focus is driving traffic to websites. So generating and driving new traffic to websites, converting that traffic and taking back traffic from OTAs. So making, because a lot of them are hijacking brands and things. And, with some strategies put in place, we really see direct reservations increase, either, both online and offline. So our focus is building websites and driving strategies that convert online through the website. And that's our focus. And obviously why we're here today is reputation is a big part of that. Online reviews and reputation can make or break your hotel. Lots of great reviews generate more bookings, but in contrast to that, negative reviews hurt your brand and hurt your business. Online reputation does not reflect the top quality service that you provide. The other reason is your online reviews don't truly reflect the service that you're offering. And we know that you could be doing an amazing job with your service, but it's not showing up online, and you're only having negative people. The odd person that has a negative review, and we always have them. They're the only ones leaving reviews, but all these people that have had a great experience with you aren't, leaving reviews, and that can be easily fixed. And so that's important. And I know it hurts some people. Lots of us, me included, have invested in the shiny object, the new tool, to help with this. And having invested in all the best tools, but still not driving enough reviews. It's most of the time, a lot of the time is the mindset behind it. And you can implement tools and strategies and that, or more so tools thinking it's a quick fix, but it doesn't relate to better reviews. So, we want to help you with that today. So you can be doing like if you think about it, you can be doing all the right things, but failing. Neglecting your reputation can drag down all your other marketing efforts, waste conversion opportunities, and drive guests to choose another hotel. Like that's the gloomy part of this, right? And you might not be managing reviews on one channel, and there's some negative stuff there that needs to be responded to, and it's hurting you across all other channels. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. So in saying that, what's the opportunity? Be the accommodate. If you get this right, you can be, this is the ideal, is to be the accommodation provider of choice for your location. Then we start to have guests take time. Once they're seeing better reviews and more positive reviews, we want to build a culture and kind of your reputation that guests will actually spend time to read the reviews of past guests, but also read your responses. And we like to use that as an educational opportunity too, to sell the property and to talk to them about other things that we're doing or that you're doing in the property. Leverage the tools you have to the fullest and drive consistent quality reviews. It's an awesome opportunity. We're going to talk a bit about that. Have your reputation speak for itself online. Ultimately, for our reputation to take care of itself and that our guests see that we care about them and their experience. This is the opportunity that you have with your reputation by putting some strategies in place to use this as an opportunity for the guests to see that you actually care and that you're actually working towards them having an amazing experience. And then the success results to becoming the go-to accommodation provider in your location, tailored to your unique offering, rank higher, and maximize your conversions. No hotel's the same, I suppose, in the same area, or property is the same in the same area. So everyone's unique in that same area. But this gives us some, hope that by making these changes, that it will actually drive new business. All right. So before we move on, I just want to say, is any of this being useful so far? Just maybe give me a thumbs up in the chat, or, drop a number 2 if you're enjoying it. If you're excited about making some changes and implementing them into your business. Awesome. Dylan says yes. Jody says absolutely. Tim, I'm with you. Let's go. Been waiting to make some changes. Yes, I agree, Tim. All right, let's move on. So, do online reviews matter? Well, I feel like I'm preaching to the converted, but we know they do, right? We know they do. We know they play an important part of our online reputation, the most important part, and it's a big part of our digital marketing strategies. So let's talk about some statistics. The power of online reviews. 97% of hotel guests read reviews before booking a stay. Nearly all guests rely on reviews to inform their decisions, making it critical for properties to maintain a strong, positive presence online. Travelers read an average of 9 reviews before making a booking decision. 9 reviews. Guests often seek multiple opinions to ensure a property meets their expectations. Consistently positive reviews across platforms can seal the deal. Guest trust starts with your response. 77% of travelers are more likely to book accommodation if the owner responds to reviews. Guests value engagement from property owners as it signals attentiveness and care. Responding to reviews builds trust and encourages prospective guests to book directly. That's our goal, right? We want them booking directly. We want them booking with you. 77% of travelers. 85% of users agree that a thoughtful response to a negative review improves their impression of the hotel. And when I say hotel, resort, motel, service department, all the same. Even when things go wrong, a well-crafted response can turn a negative into a positive, showing potential guests that you're proactive and committed to guest satisfaction. The influence of review recency. 77% of consumers believe that reviews older than 3 months aren't relevant. Nearly all guests rely on reviews to inform their decisions, making it critical for properties to maintain a strong, positive presence online. Think about that for a second. 77% of consumers believe that reviews older than 3 months. This enhances the reason why we need to be proactively generating new reviews all the time, because all that work you did 3 months ago to generate reviews and and respond to them, it's kind of in the past now, which also means we have a clean slate we can kind of get started on now. All right. If you haven't been, 86% of people would pass up a good deal from a company with numerous unattended negative reviews. Unaddressed negative feedback can significantly deter potential guests. Addressing reviews quickly and thoughtfully is essential to mitigate the risk. 8 key principles. I'm going to quickly go through the 8 key principles. I'm going to spend a little bit more time on each one. 1, provide a world-class guest experience. 2, build online reviews and reputation management into your hotel's culture. We're going to talk a little bit about these and give you some takeaways to be able to do that. 3, what you measure, inspect, and celebrate, you create more of. 4, leverage best-in-class tools to request reviews after every guest stays. And number 5, acknowledge and respond to every review. Number 6, monitor and analyze guests' feedback across multiple platforms. Number 7, implement ongoing staff training for guest interaction and excellence. And number 8, utilize guest feedback to drive operational improvements. All right, let's quickly break each one down. Number 1, provide a world-class guest experience. This isn't just about the tools. You can have the best tools in place, but if you're not providing a great guest experience, no tool's going to fix that. All right. I know you're all working towards that, and I know that you all do a fantastic job, but we also understand that this is the most important part of this. We need to ensure a smooth check-in and check-out process. We need to personalize guest interactions wherever possible. Remember their name. Personalize. any communication to them. Let me just move this. Maintain clean and well-appointed rooms and facilities. Nothing will drive more negative reviews than dirtiness or untidiness or things that haven't been kept clean or in good condition. Offer quick resolutions to any guest concerns or issues. Be courteous, be professional, have the front office tidy. I've been into, some front office in service department areas where it's a mess. That's usually one of the first experiences your guests have. Tidy it up. Create wow. Creating wow in the beginning will kind of, give you some grace if anything goes wrong later on in their stay. Number two, build online reviews and reputation management into your hotel's culture. Make guest satisfaction a priority for every department, not just the front office, not just the check-in people at the front office doing check-in, or the manager that owns the management rights. Make it the housekeeping, making it the groundskeeping, make it everyone that's on site. It's a part of our culture. Educate staff on the importance of reviews and reputation. Some staff would have no idea of what a negative review, how that can impact your business. Encourage team members to ask guests for feedback. Empower them to do this. Usually, groundskeepers, cleaners, people that are interacting with your guests. I remember being at No Vacancy, and one of the panelists, there was a hotelier being interviewed, and one of his strategies around this was when they received a request for an upgrade or a cot or a rollaway, their response, front office response, or whoever answered the phone or whoever was dealing with it, sure for a 5-star review, they kind of jokingly said it, but it also plants the seed that actually what I'm doing here by giving you this rollaway, by maybe comping it, we'd love to see some positive feedback in return for that. Reward staff contributions to positive reviews. Everyone needs to be focused on getting good reviews. Everyone needs to play a part of that. It's not one department, it's every department that plays a role in this. 3, what you measure, inspect, and celebrate, you create more of. Track your review scores and volume regularly. We're coming into a new year. Have your goals for the year, your marketing goals. How many positive 5-star reviews will we have by the end of the year? Turn it into a KPI. All right, what we focus on grows. What we give energy to will change. Monitor response rates to guests' feedback. Highlight staff efforts that improve guest satisfaction. Share achievements in team meetings and celebrate milestones. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can see the importance of focusing on this and seeing the impact it could flow onto. I'm seeing the ones come in, flow onto in your business. Think about it. If you focus on your diet, your health improves. If you focus on your budget, your wealth improves. If you celebrate things, then we usually attract more of it. Staff, usually, if you think about motivation of staff, yes, money is important to them, but people die for recognition, die for it. But bit out of context, but you know what I mean. Staff, if you can reward your staff, recognize your staff for generating good reviews, for generating a response or a positive response online and maybe that front of house person or the housekeeper or the cleaner or whoever, the groundsman is mentioned in the reviews, then celebrate them in front of other people. People want to be recognized in front of their peers. You can kind of become competitive. You can turn it into a game. You can gamify it. You could financially bless the person that was mentioned in a review. Number four, leverage best-in-class tools to request reviews after guest stays. Now, I know a lot of you, your property management system will request these reviews. If not, we have systems. There are other systems out there that can do that. But use automated tools to request reviews via email and SMS. Now, we have to meet our guests where they're at. Email, we all kind of just focus on email, but if I look at my inbox, I've got hundreds of thousands of emails. It's the open rates on emails are really low at the moment. So maybe I know if I look at my SMS count, my messages, there's only a few that are unread. So by communicating with me, meeting me where I'm at, right? SMS, WhatsApp. There are other apps if you're dealing with other countries, other demographic of travelers that they're spending more time on. Meet the guest where they're at. Where are you going to get the quickest communication, the most impact? Provide guests with a simple, user-friendly review process. Include prompts for reviews on guest receipts or at checkouts. Have physical cards. Hand them maybe something for, reminding them of their review, to generate a review, to request a review. Follow up with guests post-stay to thank them, encourage their feedback. Maybe you've got team that have got time that you could actually just do phone calls with, give them a list to call, to check in with them. How was your stay? Thanks for staying with us. Is there anything we can do to improve your stay? And then you're getting a positive review. Then you're getting positive feedback. Would you mind leaving that review on Google? We work on, positive reviews. Number five, acknowledge and respond to every review. We saw the statistic, 77% of travelers are more likely to book accommodation if the owner, manager, someone of responsibility responds to reviews. 85% of users agree that a thoughtful response to a negative review improves their impression of the hotel just by responding. And I know it's difficult. I know it's hard. I know it's time consuming and it's kind of the last thing you think about, but you can see that it turns into money. Thank guests for positive reviews and highlight their feedback. Address negative reviews quickly and professionally. Provide solutions to guest concerns in response. Use neutral reviews as an opportunity to invite guests back. Positive, neutral, invite them back to stay. Use those reviews in other forms of marketing. Number six, monitor and analyze guest feedback across multiple platforms. Regularly check reviews on Google, Facebook, TripAdvisor, Booking.com, other OTAs that you are using. Google is king, followed by, in our industry, Booking.com. But Google is king for reviews. Use review aggregation tools to simplify monitoring. We will show you something that we're using, that we built, that we use, that aggregates a lot of those review platforms. Look for reoccurring themes in feedback to identify trends. If there's something that consistently coming up in reviews, maybe you need to address it in-house. Maybe there is, use this as an opportunity, as a learning curve. Use this as an opportunity to grow. Now not only are we dealing with, OTAs and Google, but we have social media platforms that are people are also leaving reviews. So, monitoring all those reviews across different platforms is time consuming. And I completely understand that. But you can see, imagine if you're not responding to reviews on Facebook or not responding to reviews on Google, and you saw the statistic a second ago of how many people review, monitor, check out those reviews, and the percentage of people that won't book with you, which turns into money if you're not responding. Address issues identified in reviews with actionable changes. Speaks for itself. Number 7, implement ongoing staff training for guest interaction excellence. Train staff on communication and problem-solving skills. Empower them. Empower them to fix the problem. Role play common guest scenarios to prepare teams. This is a game changer. If you have staff that are interacting with your customers, guests, role play with them. You be the guest, right? Or have two different staff member role play against each other. You know, the checkout process, someone leaving a negative review at front office. How are you going to respond? We all staff, hands on deck, watching that. It's a game changer. It becomes muscle memory the more you do it and the more we train for these situations. Provide regular updates on service standards. Encourage team feedback to continuously improve training. When you have, I know a few of you here that we work with, you have all hands on deck meetings and, reviews and managing, talking and educating your staff is important in those weekly meetings. You guys are doing a great job. Number 8, utilize guest feedback to drive operational improvements. Use reviews to identify areas needing improvement. Like I shared before, if you're getting reviews about something, then don't ignore it. Don't put your head in the sand. Deal with it. Give it focus. Give it attention, and then you fix the problem. And then you get to use that in your responses. That we've taken the feedback on board, and then your guests get to see that you're proactive. Implement guest suggestions where feasible. If you're welcoming feedback and they're giving it to you, and there is feedback there that you can implement, then go for it. Again, you get to use this as a part of your marketing and how you respond. You've taken it on board. You've implemented these changes. Prioritize recurring concerns for immediate action. Speaks for itself. Share positive changes made based on guest feedback. All right, now, how to respond to negative reviews. We know this can be challenging. I'm just going to zoom in and we'll do one at a time. All right. So someone left a 2 out of 5 star or 2 out of 5 review on Google. Rooms clean, booked with request for ground floor, traveling with young child, though they gave me top floor. So maybe bold right requests when booking. They didn't seem to consider and just went on to, giving the property a hard time. And then the response it was a good response. Thank you for sharing your feedback. We're glad you found the rooms clean. So we identified the positive parts of what they've said and appreciated the convenience of our off-road parking and proximity to coffee shops and the beach. We're using this. Remember, people read 9 reviews. If this is a review in your last 3 months, we need to use this as an opportunity to highlight the positives, but also address, if there's any constructive feedback. We understand the importance of fulfilling special requests, and while we always strive to accommodate them, they are subject to availability. We hope to provide an even better experience for your next visit. So I can zoom in a little bit more so you can see. Awesome. All right. Denied service to me and my accredited service animal. Thank you, James and Aaron, for taking the time to share your feedback with us. We value your input and are committed to addressing your concerns. We received an online booking stating that the guest would be staying with the service dog, also that he registered and that they will be able to provide his papers. I never dealt with this issue before and never heard of the term service dog before. I phoned Erin and explained to her that we as managers were governed by rules of a body corporate in relation to animals where they have to grant permission for an animal to be in the complex. She advised me that I could not refuse her animal to cancel her booking. I tried to discuss further with her and find regulations around the service dog. Her partner, James, then called to discuss the issue. I asked James that I had not yet cancelled the booking, and after lengthy discussions, James was kind enough to provide me with some links with information around these animals. From this, I spoke with a representative of the Queensland government who provided advice regarding service dogs. I then phoned Erin, and as advised, I had requested certain documentation and proof that I was required to obtain in regard to her service dog. Erin said that she had already booked somewhere else and to cancel her booking. What does this do? Yes, okay, she lost the booking. I get it, but it highlights the depth, the length that this person went to. Okay. So we use that person, the manager used this as an opportunity to educate other people to say, okay, well, we went above and beyond. We tried to find out, it wasn't unreasonable that we requested these things. We're bound by some governing laws. We went as far as we could. We tried to meet them where they were at. Unfortunately, it didn't turn out, but the review was responded to well. All right. How not to. So some of these reviews are from clients of ours that were either previous clients and came to us because they were too emote for whatever reason. They were, it's not the easiest thing to do, respond to a negative review. Absolute shame for this, for the costs we incurred. This is extremely hard to find something to like considering the state, the mold growing through the unit. The things that drew us to the property were unavailable: pool, sauna, gym, etc. However, great central location. I would never pay for that kind of money for the likes of the state of the unit. The unit was under maintained with cleaning not appropriate, mold growing everywhere. This includes drawers, curtains, pillowcases, bathtub, lots more photos. The response from the property, the worst thing you can do. Yes, we do have an amazing location, and we are very pleased you will be seeking alternative accommodation, not a positive review. Sometimes I understand it's hard to be unemotional when responding to reviews. This highlights sometimes it's better to have somebody else to handle the reviews. This was an interesting one. If you want or need to be right in the shopping center, you'll like this location, but it's a very noisy apartment, was very spacious, not very clean, representative floor and represented poor value, while the gym and pool are almost permanently closed. Sorry, we won't come back and stay with you again. So the response, okay, thank you for your review. We suggest you book a 5-star property in the future. How many people read reviews? They stay online forever. And if that's happening in the last 3 or 4 months, people are seeing it. There's another review that I didn't want to put in the slide deck, but it was interesting and highlights. I'm just going to read some of it out to you. This wasn't posted because we got involved at the right time, but someone left I'll kind of read the review and we'll go see what you think of it. I'm generously putting 1 star, but I wouldn't even give it that. I'm so disappointed. Here on a couple's night getaway with hubby, shared where they're from. They've been sick. There was a $500 deposit, then to have to find from family and friends to pay for it because they weren't told about it, they believe. A receptionist wanted to take the iPhone as the deposit. And then when I laughed at her, she then wanted my wedding ring. So I don't see how much. Well, I'm not 100% sure how much of that is true. We Then to finally get into our room for the TV not to work and the couch suited for one person, carpet stunk like uh, starts with P. The shower you had to dance around, get wet. The bed is hard as rock. And they went on. And so a part of how we operate is that if there's a positive review, if you engaged us to handle your reviews or your reputation, uh, our team will go ahead and respond to all positive reviews. If there is a negative review or we need further clarification on something, we draft the reply, send it for approval to the manager, and then they approve it or make changes and we post it. The manager at this property wanted this posted, which we declined, and they agreed after some lengthy backwards and forwards communication and coaching around it. But their response that they wanted to respond with was, couch is a standard two-seater and it's not our fault that you barely even fit through the unit door. You might want to go on a diet, lose some weight, and it goes on and on and on. I don't even want to go over it because it was how you don't handle reviews, how you don't talk, how you don't deal with your clients. It was a good example of it. All right, let's go on. All right. How an expert in reputation management can save you thousands of dollars. I think if some of those examples of how people are responding to reviews and we see them all the time, I think you would agree. Maybe put in the chat if you believe that what impact that's going to have on your business if you were emotionally responding. Aaron says money, money, money. Deborah says online reputation, brands, thousands of, yeah, I agree. It's how not to do it. Okay, so how an expert in reputation management can save you thousands of dollars. Preventing emotional responses that damage your reputation. I get it, it's hard when you know what happened. Like we see reviews, when we respond to reviews and we get clarification and the managers come back at us that no, this is not what happened and blah blah, but we're professionals. We understand that sometimes we just can't address it. It's not the place to address it. A professional ensures reviews are addressed calmly and professionally, avoiding reactive personal responses that can escalate situations and deter further guests. Second one, maintaining platform compliance. Platforms like Google, TripAdvisor, and Booking.com have strict guidelines for responses. Emotional or aggressive replies can lead to flagged reviews or even removal of platforms. Number 3, freeing up valuable time. Managing reviews effectively takes time. Outsourcing this task allows owners, managers, to focus on operational improvements and delivering a better guest experience. Pretty obvious. The thing is with that too, is that we know sometimes it's difficult to do, and it's one of those things that gets put to the end. It's the last thing to look at. Number 4, protecting future revenue. Poorly handled reviews can turn away potential bookings. Experts craft thoughtful responses that build trust, encouraging more guests to choose your property. Experts do this every day. Improving guests' retention. A respectful and empathetic review response can turn an unhappy guest into a loyal one, avoiding the loss of repeat business and potential referrals. And number 6, building long-term brand trust. Professional review responses signal to future guests that your property values feedback and is committed to improvement, reducing the likelihood of negative perceptions spreading online. I think where we're a little bit unique is that some of our clients are on performance. Some of our revenue is tied into performance strategies. So your online, and it's not the only way we work. We work the same solution, fee for service, like set pricing, or we work performance-based. And if you think about it from a performance-based point of view and why it highlights kind of how, like, maybe our skill set and how much effort we put into this is that reputation of a property that we're being paid on a performance basis is really important to us. So we want to implement systems and tools and strategies that increase reputation because that will increase sales for both the property and for sales and revenue for the property and in turn for us. So, you know, it, we so that's why we believe reputation is so important. Some of you might be thinking, I don't have time for this. You understand it's important. You know that it needs to be done. You've probably made mistakes. Thinking through now, you can highlight some of the things that have done or haven't done, and you're just at a point now where maybe it's time to engage someone to do it. And I want to introduce you to a service that we offer. Our reputation management is a part of our biggest strategies, but if it's just reputation stuff that your work that you're looking for, we have a service called Reputation Response. And so we'll monitor and manage your reviews and reputation across the web, not just one platform, multiple platforms. And those platforms are increasing. And we can do any platform that you want. We have some standards. And so we value that at $220 per month. And we have a tool that actually helps aggregate all that. That's included in that you'd get access to, that you can see reviews coming in and how they're being responded to, or yeah. And so that's the first part. And then the second part, which is the time-consuming part, is that we will respond to every review on your behalf professionally and promptly. And so when I say promptly, like we have a 4-hour turnaround time on Monday to Friday on these reviews. Positive reviews are usually responded to within 20 to 30 minutes. Negative ones take some more time, obviously, because we've got to craft it, review it, craft it, send it to you for approval, feedback backwards and forwards, and then post on your behalf. And we don't just send the email, we actually follow up with you to make sure that, you're getting back to us with feedback because we want to post it. So, there's a lot of work that our team goes into it, but that team does that all day, every day for nearly 100 properties that they're dealing with regarding their reputation. So we have fast response, all reviews responded to within 4 hours, business hours, or we'll contact you for further guidance. Now, at the moment, it's Facebook, Google, and TripAdvisor. If you need us to do your booking.com reviews, definitely available for that and can be included in that. A lot of properties are already across that and just kind of forget about the other ones. But yes, we're across the other ones too. So included in that is a tool, one of the tools that we use that, you should have something like this. Now, this is an example and it's at a property and they're using their PMS to request reviews. So you'll see that you have the ability in this tool to request reviews, but the PMS is handling it. So here, you got some KPIs, you got to see where it's going over the last few months in this tool. There's a dashboard that you get to log into. You get to see the reviews. So if we're handling your reputation, then you would actually have access to this tool. It's called eTourism Connect. It doesn't just handle reputation, but it handles your social media. You can log in and see all our social media posting, email marketing from it. It's a CRM, but we've designed it specifically or tailored it for your industry. You'll see the responses come in. You see how we respond. And then there's widgets that you can implement into your website that, provide guest contact, user-generated content on your website, which is kind of the buzz at the moment. And it's also social proof. It's also social proof. So Reputation Response delivers incredible value, monitoring reviews and reputation, which is valued at $220 per month. Responding to every review is valued at $220 per month. So some people just want us to do one or the other, but we package that up and we have an exclusive offer for you. If you've watched this webinar, for the next 20 clients, it's half price. So it's $199 per month. So if you are interested in us handling your reviews or your reputation, then you can use the QR code to visit or reach out to us. One of the other things that you would have received in your emails is that we have that strategy session where we talk about the Boost Direct Accelerator program, where we actually review your current positioning, what traffic, keywords, your competitors, how they're going, your reputation, and come up with a strategy, and then talk about what that would look like for us to implement it either on fee for service, on pay on performance. So if you're interested in that, you would have received the links in the emails. So that's it. Thank you for spending the last hour with us. Hopefully you've had some insights. Drop, a 7 into the chat if you've learned something today, if you've taken something away that you are going to, that you can implement. Lots of 7s. Awesome. 777. Awesome. Yes, we love this. We love digital marketing. We love helping resorts, hotels, motels, service departments, and even groups of properties, increase their direct reservations. So if you have any questions, want any help, it doesn't cost anything. We for to spend some time with us going over strategy stuff. We are a little bit unique. Not everyone we're not a fit for everyone and vice versa. So, but we are very focused on increasing direct reservations. So have a great day. If you're watching the replay, I hope you enjoyed it and reach out if you have any questions. Okay.